Hello, I'm Denis Halanzovsky. For the first time in years, Ukraine, Russia, and the United States sat at the same table for peace talks. The meeting took place in Abu Dhabi and immediately raised a crucial question. Is this a real step toward ending the war, or just another diplomatic pause? Today, let's break down what happened, why it matters, and what could come next. The talks in Abu Dhabi brought together representatives of Ukraine, Russia, and the United States in a trilateral format focused on possible paths toward ending the war. This alone makes the meeting historic. Structured negotiations involving all three sides have been extremely rare since the full scale invasion began. Discussions covered political and military issues, including conditions for de escalation and long term security arrangements. According to officials involved, the tone was described as cautious but professional, with each side clearly outlining its priorities and red lines. However, the most difficult topic, territory, remained unresolved. Russia repeated its demands related to control over parts of eastern Ukraine, while Ukrainian representatives firmly rejected any discussion of territorial concessions. For Kiev, sovereignty and territorial integrity remain non negotiable. Despite these disagreements, the fact that talks continued over multiple sessions suggests that none of the parties is ready to walk away from diplomacy completely. Even without a breakthrough, the Abu Dhabi talks are significant. First, they show that diplomacy is still on the table after years of fighting. The meeting clarified where compromise might be possible and where it is not. This clarity is essential if future negotiations are to avoid false expectations. Second, the role of the United States is critical. Washington positioned itself as a key mediator, signaling that any future peace framework would likely involve long-term security guarantees for Ukraine. Third, the talks revealed the central obstacle to peace, territory. As long as Russia insists on territorial demands and Ukraine refuses to give up land, a final agreement remains unlikely. But acknowledging this openly may help shape more realistic negotiations in the future. Finally, the talks were not described as a one-time event. Plans for further meetings indicate that dialogue will continue, even if progress remains slow and fragile. The Abu Dhabi peace talks did not end the war. They did not produce a ceasefire. They did not deliver a signed agreement, but they did something important. They proved that dialogue is still possible. Peace, if it comes, will not arrive in a single meeting or a single handshake. It will be a long, difficult process shaped by politics, security, and hard realities on the ground. I'm Denis Halanzovsky. Thank you for watching and stay informed because moments like this quietly shape the future.